being bribed.
She's
You're
here.
being bribed.
Let's open up the chat over here. Yeah, this is the fun part. I forget that we can actually type in the chat as we're doing things.
There you go. Thanks.
We can take chat here, enter there, all, and then I don't know if anybody is there yet, but they might. You want to switch? Feel better? All right. Going live. And I'm just waiting to see somebody pop up in one or the other, but usually just takes a minute or two till they get notified, I guess. Because Chelsea and Justin might show up. I took notes. Notes so that,
What?
I don't know. So that, like, if there's subjects that you wanted to talk about or didn't want to talk about, welcome to Wednesday night.
Hello.
This is Team Blaney After Dark. Team NASCAR.
Team
Tonight, we don't have any regular subjects.
Nope.
We can talk about different things. Well, should we say congratulations live and on the internet today?
Yeah.
Okay.
Huge congratulations to Gianna and Ryan. In case you guys didn't see the news yesterday, they're going to have a baby.
Yeah.
Sometime in 2025.
That's what they said. They said it actually literally said before the end of the year, right?
It said coming 2025. So
yeah, it should be interesting.
Early Christmas present.
Maybe 12/12. Maybe they're trying to hit the date.
It could. I mean, that's their anniversary.
That's their anniversary. Yeah.
Well, his parents did it, didn't they? They hit their anniversary with him. He born on their anniversary?
Was the 31st?
I think so.
I think so. That would be wild. Or they hit his birthday. Or they hit your birthday.
Or mine.
So you know. Chelsea, what's up?
Hello.
Hello over there.
Hello.
If you guys are checking us out on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, go ahead and type a message in.
Oh, look, now I can see the comments.
Yeah, let us know that you're there. The Wednesday night show is way different than the Monday night. The Monday night is strictly about doing the podcast.
This is Team Chaos.
This is right. So if you guys put something up there, we definitely answer it, talk to it. I mean, we see Justin and Chelsea are in there already. So any questions you guys got, of course. Oh yeah, making regular appearances till Dover. Tricky will show up on every episode till Dover.
I should bring mine in because they look very different. It's changed a lot.
A lot. Yours is like shorter and stubbier, right? Like because it had the shirt. You took the shirt came off here.
Yeah, the shirt comes off.
Yeah. So, anyways, Tricky will be making the trip to Dover. So yes, congratulations, and it was kind of cool how they did it. And you knew Instagram and all that, and then it like exploded all over everywhere. I think Body Armor sent her flowers today.
Aw.
She put that in like your Instagram stories. I know you don't have.
I don't have
Instagram. So that's
sweet.
That was kind of cool. That one of the sponsors did that. I'm trying to think of what else I saw. I was about the main thing was like NASCAR did something like right away, and a couple of them. So a Padawan. That's a great way of putting it, Chelsea. Definitely going to be a Star Wars kid.
I think we're gonna have to make some Team Blaney podcast ones. I'm just saying, you got time.
That's true. I could have them ready. I'm sure I can get them ready pretty quick, actually.
All right.
Yeah.
What else you got?
So the other thing is, I mean, it's too bad Tara doesn't come on because we'd like to wish our condolences to Tara and the Daniel Suarez news this week. So was the writing on the wall?
I don't think anybody in the NASCAR community is particularly shocked by the announcement. It was like,
I thought I had said something back when Pitbull left, and some people had speculated at that point because Pitbull I don't know what kind of sponsorship he had or money he was bringing in, but a lot of times these deals are set up with partially with that, because the guy that's going to be replacing him, and everybody knows who it is. They haven't made the official announcement yet, but everybody knows that it'll be Connor Zilich, and he's bringing a Red Bull. He's a Red Bull official Red Bull driver, so that's a huge sponsorship for them. And it brings Red Bull back into NASCAR too. So it kind of sad to see the thing, because now it's like, where does he go?
I don't know.
Is there anywhere that is open next year?
I mean, people are speculating things, but I mean, I just saw someone did their like silly season, but I mean, I don't know how accurate it is.
Well, what did they have? What kind of things were they?
They had him. I think it was the 10.
Oh,
They
wow.
had him at the 10.
Never thought of that. Ty Dillon, they kicked Ty Dillon out of the 10.
That's it.
Adam was thinking that he should go to Junior Motorsports and race their Xfinity car, which he did win in Junior's Xfinity car a couple weeks ago. So I think that's kind of an interesting thing.
I don't know. I hope he lands somewhere. He's a good guy.
Yeah. So I actually wanted to wish Tara happy birthday too.
Yeah.
Right. It was Tara's birthday.
Yeah.
And he gets fired on her birthday. Well, they didn't say fired. It was a mutual
They all say.
mutual agreement. I don't know. I guess that's the nicest way to say,
Hey, you're not going to be here next year.
yeah,
Okay.
okay. Because it's not like he already had a deal with somebody else. And that's what a lot of people are saying too, is that all these deals, all the big silly season stuff is next year. A lot of contracts are up at the end of next year, and things are going to happen next year. Plus, the court case will maybe be settled by then, and with 2311, and that would change who has what charters, and that would change things too, I guess.
All right. What else?
Okay. All right. So I'm just going to go into Saturday stuff a little bit for Chicago, because once again, with Ryan crashing out, he ends up in the first qualifying group, which usually is really bad when they're doing individual laps of qualifying. But Saturday with the road course, it'll just be 20 minutes on the track. So it doesn't hurt as bad. But what's kind of cool this weekend, and this hasn't happened much except for Daytona, there's more cars than there are spots for the race this week. So there's 5 cars going for 4 spots. And it's Will Brown in the 13, Austin Hill in the 33, Corey Heim in the 67, Josh Bilicki in the 66, and then Catherine Legg in the 78. I think the 33, of course, is a Childress Racing car. The 67 is part of Trackhouse, I believe, isn't it? Or no, 67 is a Toyota. I'm sorry, it's 2311. The 78 is the 78 Live Fast Sports, whatever it is. I think the 13 is actually going to be part of teammates with Allmendinger and Ty Dillon, with those guys. So everybody's pretty much back except the 66. And the 66, no offense to Josh Bilicki, but kind of hope he's the one that gets kicked out. Will Brown is another Australian supercar driver. He is from Australia, unlike SVG, but that'll be kind of cool if he makes the race to see how well he does in a car. But actually, they're not bad. Usually, the 16, usually AJ is pretty good. So, yeah, 2311. So I don't know why I drew a blank there. It's 2311 for Heim. Yeah, which is a possibility for him in the future. So No. Any opinions about this?
Nope.
You don't want to step in that a little bit? No.
What about
Catherine Lake?
Catherine Lake?
Yeah, making another. This will be another Cup race. She's run a couple of Xfinity races now and done okay, except the last one actually she's gotten caught in other people's messes. So the last time or two out there, she's been fine.
I don't know. I want to see her do great. I think she's a great racer. I think she's there have been like past races where it seems like she was just set up to fail, which I thought was completely unfair. And then it gives everybody the fuel to say, can be blah, blah, blah. And guys come up into the Cup Series all the time, and people don't say that kind of stuff, but we're going to say it about her. It just seems a little.
I think some research needs to be done. Like people who criticize never looked into her background.
Yeah.
And when you read about what she's driven and at what level, at what speeds, being somebody who can make the Indianapolis 500 on speed is huge, And Megan was talking about Rockingham. That wasn't her fault either. She got knocked out of the way by somebody at Rockingham. So and that wasn't even her fault. That's the worst part. So these guys who do criticize are just way out of touch with what they're actually seeing.
Just I came in here a little pretty salty, so I mean it's the same people that say the same things about other drivers that don't give them a chance to like they weren't even involved in that, and that you're going to blame them for it. Same people. So
don't be afraid that we don't have to protect the shield here or nothing. You can say whatever you want. I agree with you. I want to see her be successful because there needs to be more representation. They got a fender from it.
silver lining.
Yes, I forgot all about that. So the other big thing you didn't really want to talk about it, but is the in-season bracket.
I didn't even touch it because it just blew up.
Yeah,
the whole thing blew up. So I said, you guys aren't going to want to hear about next week's lineup things because everybody's bracket's busted. And I thought, I mean, if you want to go through them quickly, you have like a minute to tell who you pick.
Well, here's
that's it.
Here's the fun part is if you do fantasy, the 4 matchups this week are 4 of the matchups from the bracket.
Okay.
They should just make all 8 of them. Fantasy thing, right? So Bubba versus Bowman. Who do you got? Who do you got? Who do you got? I want to hear your opinion.
Bubba.
Okay. Bowman won last year. All right. Gibbs versus Allmendinger.
Allmendinger.
Busher versus Zane Smith.
Zane Smith.
You like the underdog. Reddick versus Hocevar.
Reddick.
Yeah. Hocevar can't win. No. Can't win his matchup. And like Ryan said, he might have some wheel hop and then, who knows what. The other matchups were the.
Well, it's not just Ryan and it's not just Ricky.
Yeah.
There's a huge target on the back of that kid's car right now. I mean, there's a lot of people that have, their IOUs are coming.
Yeah, Ryan was on door
It
bumper.
could be anybody.
Ryan was on door bumper clear, and he actually he realizes who to blame. He doesn't blame Carson for that little tweet thing. He blames the social media people at over there, and he says it'll be fun to see that social media person, have it explained to them why their car got knocked out of the way on Sunday. The other matchups were Ty Dillon versus Keselowski. Keselowski. See the 4 versus 60. So that's our name's escaping me all of a sudden. The name's escaping me because they're so far down in the back bracket. That's why. There we go. Gregson versus Priest.
Priest.
Greece. Oh, that was pretty quick. 42, which is it's down here on the bracket. Nemechek and Elliott.
Elliot.
I thought you were going all the way Team Chaos there. And then Jones and Stenhouse.
Stenhouse.
See, that's the fun part about this whole thing is even though certain guys you think are better road course guys than the other guy, I think things get mixed up pretty easy. What's up, Brian? I see Brian's there and Tim Peter. I wish Tim would watch. That'd be kind of cool. Tim's a little busy, I'm sure.
Did you explain to all these people about the fantasy from the weekend? This
Oh.
is why this is irritating me. Because I didn't even do my fantasy lineup. I forgot.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I came in
Hang on a second. We'll get it. I got it here.
6th.
Yeah.
Because of all the chaos. So really, I could just sit here and throw darts at the computer screen that he's cut up. And
That's a funny thing that you say that. I can go back and find it actually because we mentioned it on the podcast. You got special mention for last week.
Mhm. Well, you said it during like the pace laps or something. Did you do your fantasy? Well, I can't do it now. Yeah, I came in 6th. I didn't even do my lineup.
There it is right down here. Yep, there you go. Yep, that's you. Yeah, Busher. Good.
Busher, Reddick, Keselowski, Smith, Logano, and Christopher Bell I ended up putting him in the garage just because at that point I was locked and I couldn't do anything, so I was able to move him.
Yeah, he was in the first crash. So, and then that was it. No matchup points, and
Came in 6th.
that was so much fun. The overall, that's funny, is like the overall standings now in the league. You passed Adam, and I don't know how far down you're moving up too, actually. So Adam,
I've missed 2 races, I think. I've missed twice.
well, first you were trying to get into the league the first weekend, so you had no points the first weekend.
3.
Yeah. Yeah, Adam is, since he's not here, he's 69th overall in the league, 2927. And you have now passed him.
I'm in 59.
59.
And I've missed 3 weeks.
2980. Yes, 2984. So, yeah. So that's kind of fun that that happened. Someone told me to take out Chase Elliott in Atlanta or put in. I would say because this week you finished up there for the over. Or that's the overall. Let's go to the week because Atlanta Motor Speedway. I thought you were in like the top 10. Oh, why is it not generating? There we go. Yeah. Oh, second. Wow. So yeah, he was definitely worth all the points this past week. Where are you? Where are you, Chelsea, overall now? Let's go check that real quick again. Because we only mentioned the top 10 when we do the overall standings, and then we mentioned Adam and myself. How far down the order are you? Are you moving up now with these big finishes last couple weeks? I should hope so. Well, page 2. Did I miss it? Oh no, right there.
65th.
Yeah. Catching up. How far behind you? 2984, 2951. Oh, it's a battle.
Mm-hmm.
Catching up. What's fun about it is when it all resets and when the playoffs start, you get everybody for 5 uses again. So because now I'm at the point of the season where I got to figure out who to pick every week. I already have my picks done. I'm not going to tell anybody because I don't want anybody to copy them. But this week, if you're going to have anybody, who would you put in the lineup first this week?
SVG.
Pretty simple. I think I got to put Bowman in there too because won last year.
Almendinger.
Almendinger.
I might put him in my garage.
I think a
I
Bell.
have a. Oh gosh, I don't know if I can use Bell anymore.
We've already used them 10 times.
I've used them a lot. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I might, if I can, yeah, I'd put him in.
Who do you guys think? I don't know. See some say, if you guys type in somebody you think you should have in the
I
lineup.
don't know why you did it before.
It's qualifying don't matter.
You don't think?
I don't think.
I think it matters a lot.
The ones that I picked, I mean, we're not going to say them out loud because other people will, but.
Oh my goodness, that's who you picked?
Where?
Oh, that's not. I was just trying to build some drama.
You're killing me. No, I'm not going to say. Don't say. But I mean, look at that.
Oh, that guy and that guy. I can't believe you picked that guy. And that guy, I mean, seriously? Are you crazy?
That's why I love it. Larson or Reddick? Yeah, between Reddick, Gibbs, Busher, Bowman, AJ in the garage. Yeah, see, SVG, Reddick. Those are all, I think, are great ones. Chase Elliott just won a race, and then the last race he won before this one was Watkins Glen. So,
well, if I remember to do it, I'll put it on the bigger.
Okay.
Let me just set my alarm on my phone now to do it.
I should just do the lineup now.
No, I'm waiting until qualifying. I think it's crazy that you don't.
I think the first stage, because a lot of guys flip the stage, some guys go for stage points, some won't. I don't know, like Bubba. Like Bubba might run long and try to win the stage just so he can get the extra points. So I don't know.
It's in my calendar.
Things to do Saturday or Sunday morning. I was going to mention the shirt because I don't know if you guys can see the shirt.
Ooh, I got to go this way.
There you go. Kate
Mid-Ohio.
collects shirts from every track we go to. Has at least one, sometimes 2 or 3 if we go there a couple of times, and they got some new designs. But that one's got great history.
That was the first race we went to as a couple. We were just dating, newly dating. And we went to the Xfinity race in Ohio. And it rained. And it poured. And it poured. And we had a fantastic time. Just walking in the rain. Sitting in the back of your car.
Yeah, that's right. We got I don't know if anybody's been to Mid-Ohio, but there's 2 or 3 types of tickets. One of them is you drive your car into basically in the middle of the track, and there's a parking area. And I was able to back my car up to about 50 yards from the actual track surface, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah, and open up the tailgate and sit on the back of the
and we
vehicle.
we sat on the bumper
and watch it from there.
Mm-hmm. We walked around too when it wasn't raining. We walked around,
mm-hmm.
But we weren't very far from the car the whole time.
The place is really cool for that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It was Ryan who was running the Xfinity race, and who was it that won the thing? Oh, Marks.
Yeah.
Justin Marks actually won the race.
Ryan came in second?
And Ryan came in second. And 2 laps before he came, maybe 2 or 3 laps before he came in second, he got wiped out. And got wiped out, knocked off the track, was about 25th, and then found his way all the way back up to second in the rain. So really good at driving in the rain, like we saw in Mexico. So this weekend, Mid-Ohio has the Indy cars. I thought that's why you wore it, actually.
What?
That the Indy cars are there this weekend.
Oh, no, that's not why I was wearing it. I don't have a Chicago shirt because we can't afford the tickets because they're crazy expensive.
Yeah.
And I was like, I need some kind of a road course. So I figured, it's never going to get on. May as well wear it.
Well, the tickets, here's the thing. The tickets, they are expensive. They've got a general admission thing, but the problem is where do you stand? Where do you go? I've looked at the map, and it's like you're going to get to watch 3 seconds of cars going by you, and to pay that amount of money for that, I don't understand
the price of the Chicago, because as soon as it was announced, we were like, yeah, let's get ourselves some tickets and walk around. And then when we saw the price, we were like, what?
Yeah. I tried to win them through the NASCAR.
Yeah,
I never
Right.
never
Yeah.
heard from them, so I guess I didn't win.
same.
Yeah, that's the thing is like the Scrooge McDuck money vault. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean we can get 2 or 3 races worth of tickets
Yeah.
out of that race. So
and I don't know how they're. I mean, there's got to be like, I don't know, something, because seriously, I thought it was going to be like pretty cheap to go. I was shocked when I saw it.
Mhm.
Right.
uh,
But who knows how long they're going to be?
well, that was something I actually had written down here. This is the last year, probably. And
I'm okay with that.
yeah,
I'm okay with it.
rumor that was 2 weeks ago that Jordan Bianchi started. Well, he wrote an article. Is that they're working on going to San Diego, possibly.
But Kevin Harvick said take that car to Chicago.
See, the Chicagoland thing is kind of funky because in the last couple of weeks, most of ours went there and like showed video, and then he flew over the track and showed video. But what he was doing wasn't NASCAR sponsored per se. Like they weren't like, oh, let's have him go out there and film this content. It was just on his own, on a whim that he went and did that stuff. So I don't know. I think the San Diego thing, maybe it's a cup plan because I know last year they've learned their lesson because the Mexico race was actually supposed to be the Canada race this year, and it didn't happen. They were able to put together the Mexico race, so maybe it's the same thing. If the San Diego thing falls through, maybe they have Chicagoland to fall back on again.
You go
Yeah,
to Chicago.
if it's Chicagoland, we're going. I know how to get there. I've been there actually, not to the track or not to race. The company I used to work for, I delivered an engine out there, and right outside the track, met a guy and delivered him an engine. So yeah, it won't be that far of a road trip. We can get a hotel somewhere in Indiana like we do, and then head over. I think the funny thing is like the San Diego thing. If you check out our last interview with Ryan, he answered a question about it, and that most of the drivers want to try different things, go to different places. So one of the rumors I had heard is that it had something to do with the Army base or a military base, not Army, but military base in the San Diego area, and that would be really wild. The Navy is huge there.
I think there's all kinds of different branches out there.
Yeah, so if it's something like that, that would be really, really cool to incorporate that, in the race. Jonathan, the background picture. Oh, that's a great story. So, yes, you can see on TikTok at least, or like TikTok Live. We made this little video thing, and did I show it to him? He actually saw it. I know that much. He didn't comment, but he did see it. When I do those TikToks, I also post them to my Instagram and Facebook stories. And Instagram and Facebook stories, if those who have Instagram and Facebook stories, that you can see who views them. And Ryan saw it, and then Jonathan saw it. Ryan saw it on Instagram. Jonathan sees it on Facebook. So yeah, he saw it. I don't know if they think it's funny, impressed or not. But if you look, I wish we could see it on there. But if you look at it, we got all the names and did the names of everybody in the garage that we could come up with, and neat little thing down at the bottom about how far it is from Charlotte to Chicago, or from Mooresville, actually from 200 Penske Way. Actually, I did to downtown Chicago. A half a pack of body armor, wearing a fire suit. So I thought that was funny as heck, and I hope they got a laugh out of it too. It's great to know they like the content. Though. Same with the TikToks itself. There's a couple guys that are on the team that I know will check out the TikToks every day, and then the Instagram stories. Actually, there are a couple guys on the pit crew and so forth that see the Instagram stories during the week too. So it's kind of cool that they pick up that stuff and get to see it. Barber Motorsports Park. That is an interesting thought there, because that's in Alabama, right? I think just across Alabama from from Georgia, right? It's like just into Alabama. That would be kind of cool. And I know they run IndyCar races there, so excuse me, you know they could probably run a Cup car on there. That's it's 10. It's really that close to Talladega. Okay, I didn't realize that. That's kind of cool. So that wouldn't be too far of a road trip for you guys in South Carolina. Go across Georgia and get there. I got oh yeah, an Xfinity race this weekend too. I wrote that down too. I was looking. I thought there were going to be a bunch of Cup drivers, but actually no. There's only one Cup driver that I could see that was going to be in the Xfinity race, and that's SVG, which makes no sense. I think he would really not need to run. Oh, okay. I really didn't realize. I knew it was in Alabama somewhere. I didn't know it was that close to Talladega. Like I said, they run an IndyCar race there early in the year. I think before they even go to the Indy 500, they run a race down there. Any topics we're missing this week?
No.
Did you still have your things that I was supposed to ask? You were supposed to ask me. You still have them written down?
I don't know.
He had some content for me that she was gonna drill me on, and we didn't get a chance to do it 2 weeks ago. That was my fault.
The one question was, now when we're driving, you can listen to podcasts. We listen to like murder podcasts or things like that, or like on the way home we listen to the Teardown and things like that. So that's all okay. But if you're gonna put music on, you can only listen to one song. So even if like you listen to an hour-long podcast and you listen to music, it's the same song. You can only listen to one piece of music the whole trip. What song are you picking?
And you listen to it over and over and over again.
You don't have to. You can listen to it one time and then listen to the Teardown for an hour and a half. And then you could listen to a murder podcast. But if you're going to put music on, that's the only one you can pick.
Chelsea says Taylor Swift, All Too Well, 10-minute version. See, that's
kind of where
I was going with. I was thinking that's why I asked like how many times or how often, because
I mean, if you want to play over and over and over again, you can. But
I thought of a song that's a really long song. And it was Cinderman, and I can't think of the artist. It's a jazz song. I'll look it up. The version. I think it was Nina Simone, right?
I think so.
I think that's who it was. Yes, Nina Simone. So it's 10 minutes, 21 seconds. Same thing. And it's, I think it's a really cool song. They used it at the end of a movie. What the heck was the movie? It was the movie with Pierce Brosnan in it. Oh, Thomas Crown Affair. There it is. There it is in the Thomas Crown Affair. So that's the one I thought of. I mean, I'm a huge Men at Work fan, but I don't want to torture anybody in the car with me with one of those songs over and over again.
I don't think that's what you'd pick. I think you'd pick a Bare Naked Ladies song.
Oh, that's true too.
Whenever we're getting ready for a trip and it's like 4 a.m, that's what is blaring on your phone every time. Bare Naked Ladies.
That's true too.
And it's usually something different, but it's something upbeat, quick, and you are singing super loud.
Yeah, I know a lot of the words to a lot of their songs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chelsea said the song that never ends.
Ah,
And then we would hear it one time, and then that was it. Then we would just listen to podcasts. Because we don't listen to music in the car, actually. We listen to podcasts.
Podcasts, yeah. We catch up on all the stuff. Song that never ends. Well, what about you? What song would you pick?
I don't know. I came up with the questions. I didn't come up with the answers.
Well, I'm asking you now.
It would depend on my mood. Like,
Okay.
something that I can like belt out. And,
You would sing along.
yeah.
like, okay, we went to, what's the last race we went to? Pocono.
Yeah.
Okay. The day ended. Well, it got better. They got better. Ryan finished third. Got out of the parking lot. We're on the way home. Pretty good day for the
Country road, John Denver.
Okay.
So just something that's gonna make you feel like roll down the window, put your arm out, even though we never have the windows down in the car. All right,
You got another one?
I did. Let me
Okay.
see. What is your ultimate road snack?
Oh, gosh. You want to, well, I'm sure you'll guess it if I asked you to guess it.
If we stopped at a gas station and I'm running in and I'm picking up snacks for both of us, I know what I'm going to pick up for you. I'd probably pick up pretzel rods for you or something pretzel related.
There it is. That was it. That's what I'm thinking. We got, let's see here, Doritos for Justin, white cheddar Cheez-Its. Oh, that's really good.
What kind of Doritos?
Yeah.
That really makes or break it.
What
kind
flavor?
of Doritos?
Yeah, what flavor Doritos?
What flavor are we going? Because if you had your pick of Doritos, you would go with the mustard.
Mustard. Oh, mustard.
He
Those
loves
are
the
great.
mustard.
Those were crazy when they come out. And
I'd probably go with cheese. Nacho cheese.
yeah, not ranch. If you really,
I don't like Cool Ranch.
no,
Mm-mm.
it's a good flavor though.
Flamin' hot Cool Ranch? I never even heard of that.
Oh yeah. They were like a special thing, right? They had to go looking for them. They came out with a couple different like alternate flavors at one point. And I think Justin actually chased them down. Had to go to a couple different WalMarts to find them or something like that. But yeah, me and the mustard were really good. You know that guy on TikTok that goes crazy for them?
Mm-hmm. Shelby and Dylan.
Is that what
I think
it
that's
is?
their names.
Yeah, that would be me. But yeah, I just like good pretzel rod or two, some salt and just plain pretzels. That's it for me.
Okay, you just won the Indy 500. What is your drink of choice?
You mean if I could choose something besides milk?
Well, let's start with the milk. If it had to be milk, if they said no, you have to do that because we have a contract with big
Dairy,
pepper.
big dairy. Just the 2% milk, I guess. I'm not like that.
2%.
Yeah.
I like 2%, but I don't know if it's hot. I might be like skim, like make it as watery as possible.
I never thought of that. Whole milk? That's whole milk.
Oh, that just sounds like I'm coming back up.
See what Chelsea put down?
Green Monster.
See, that's the thing. Is like lately I've been on this kick with those iced teas, those iced tea lemonade,
Monster Zero.
Monster Zero things. Yeah, they're low calorie, and I still get like a nice thing, something or other. So
Now, if I could pick anything when I get out of the car, it would either be like a Body Armor Zero, an iced tea, unsweetened iced tea. The other day at work, they were like, "Ew, are you serious?" I'm like, yeah, don't put any sugar in my tea.
Mhm.
Or an ice cold Coke Zero, like 2 degrees away from slushy. I want it like super cold. I would love that.
Unsweet Fosters. I don't like sweet tea that much either anymore. I really don't.
Nope, I got an unsweetened tea once at McDonald's through the drive-thru. I really wanted a big iced tea, and I took a huge swig of it when I pulled away, and it was sweet tea, and I had to stop and open the car door and spit that out and went right to the little garbage thing, and I chucked the whole thing in. Nope, no thank you. I'm sweet enough. I do not need all of that sugar. Oh, okay, I got it.
Oh, okay.
I should wait until the Bristol night race, but Bristol walkout song.
Oh.
Song.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, sorry, Chelsea. I can't. Mm-mm.
Bristol walkout song. Now that's gonna be, you know,
I thought everybody has their walkout song like ready to go.
what's up now, Carl Dennis?
Into the Fire.
Into the Fire. Give us your Bristol walkout
Yeah,
song.
what's your Bristol walkout song?
You guys are typing in. Give us a Bristol walkout song that you would use. I like that. I like what's that song by Chelsea Dagger? I'm typing things down. I think that's a cool song.
Good. They love to see you Google.
I'm Googling. I'm trying to come on. I want to credit the artists, but
Number 3 and number 7 by Morgan.
Morgan Wallen. That's actually a good song period for just NASCAR in general. Yeah, that's the thing. Didn't Dave use the Buckeye
Fight song?
fight song?
And got booed.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're in
Tennessee,
Tennessee.
and that was a long time ago. But
I remember that.
that's kind of the thing. I want it to be something that'd be more like me, you know. I mean, the song's supposed to be kind of me, but my music is so weird by most standards, you know, that I couldn't come up with like a Men at Work song or a Bare Naked Lady song that would fit for walk-up music. I don't think, you know.
I don't know. Some of them have really great ones. Other ones, they're just like,
Yeah.
Did you just hear it on the way in? And we're like, yep, I have to pick my song today, so I'm going to pick that.
That would probably be what happens. Like that. You know.
I'm trying to figure out the third song Ryan got. I won the championship.
I don't remember.
I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't come up with like anything like definite. Because I like I think Brian Wilson's a really good song by Bare Naked Ladies, but there's only like a small portion of it that'd be kind of cool to listen to. So I'd have to walk out there real fast. The song is over.
Steve would walk out to the Team Blaney podcast.
Intro. There you go. That is so funny.
But remember, they give them the microphone too. So if he came out to the Team Blaney podcast music, he would just start doing podcast stuff, and they would have to go over and like at the Apollo, and they yank it away from him and be like, "Go to the car." It's great that everybody knows exactly what you would do. She's totally right.
They'd be yanking me, and I go, "Good night, Dublin."
Yep. Maybe you.
Check out the TikTok. Oh man, did I come up with a song? I kind of did, sort of. That was a good one.
That
That was funny. Because it's actually like a public domain kind of thing. Like, you know, that's why we use it. Actually, we started using it, and somebody else started using it at the same time, which was kind of funky.
probably gave you one.
Click, click, boom. Ah, that's a good one. Click, click, boom. Yeah. See? Fun question for question and answer game. Yeah, this is, you know, that's why she did that, because I'm usually just over here. These are good questions. Got any more?
You didn't ask me.
Oh, oh, wait a minute. I thought you already said what your walkout song was.
What was my walkout song? I never said it. None of them heard it.
All right, tell them.
Hang on. Can I say this word?
Yeah, that's not like.
All right. I just want to make sure. If I was a NASCAR Cup driver, I would pay homage to all of the badass women of rock, is what I would do. Because all of these guys have used all of these songs, and there's this whole plethora of great women in rock that have not been featured. I would have like Barracuda would be one. Yeah. That'd probably be my first one. Then it would just be like
Joan Jett.
Girls just want to have fun. Yup. Especially, that would be a good one if like I had a little payback to give someone. That would be a good like coming for you.
Don't want to get banana.
Band.
Oh, band.
That's what
Yes.
he meant. Or she meant.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure. I wrote down the word that just to make sure.
Yeah, I don't think that'll get you in trouble. I don't think. That's pretty good.
Oh, if I had to pay someone back, maybe Karma. Taylor Swift.
I don't know no Swiftie songs. I probably don't know. I mean, I know them to hear them, I guess, but I wouldn't know them by title or anything.
But that would be a good one if I was coming out there to lay down the law.
That's
Maybe some Reba McEntire. Shania Twain. Man, I feel like a woman. If I'm on the pole, I could do Gretchen Wilson. I'm all jacked up.
There you go. Look at that. See, you're right. There's a ton of women's songs that none of these guys
I'm
would
telling
use.
you, it's an untapped market, and I would just be over there, just picking left and right. See, Chelsea knows.
Yeah.
Wouldn't Karma be a good one if I'm starting like let's say 21st, and you know I owe Ricky Stenhouse, and he's like 22nd. He's like right there. So like, man. That's not all I have. I already asked you on here last time, didn't I? Who would win in a race?
Oh yeah,
I
we
did.
talked about a foot race and we talked about driving race. Yeah. And
Me. I'm the lead foot.
well, she has actual track time too. Kiss Me Deadly, Lena Ford would be a good one.
Yes. Yes.
There's great. That's a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Right, all the women's songs that none of these
I'm
guys.
telling you.
Oh,
The
man.
guys are all over there racking their brains. I'd be like, do I use it? What do I feel this time that I want them to know? Mm-hmm.
That's a great song. Ballroom Blitz. Somebody can use Ballroom Blitz. That's another one that you know that one? Bejeweled is your favorite song. Me and Dustin watched.
Oh, Strings of the
There's Tour. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that was kind of cool that any night on TikTok you could find
Mm-hmm.
Then it was just a matter of whether or not it was somebody in a good location with good sound. You know.
You mean the one you and Joey walked out to circle away? Well, if you had Blaney with you, you could hold her up.
Hold her up.
Blaney the dog.
Yeah, she made a guess.
She won't come back because I gave her all the carrots.
Yeah.
So she's over it.
Yeah, right at the beginning. So
Mhm.
she didn't hang out.
You got any questions?
Me, I think I'm already excited for the weekend there already. It's kind of a long weekend. You work tomorrow, and then you're off for the weekend. I actually am off tomorrow and Friday. I got to go in for a couple hours on Saturday. Don't worry, I can watch practice. Shh, don't tell the boss. So there'll be some notes on that. Blaney holding Joey holding. Oh man. Oh, SVG or Connor for the Xfinity race. That's interesting too, because I wonder who's going to be on whose radio for that. Because Josh is SVG spotter and he's Connor's spotter, and they're going to be racing the same race. Plus, the spotters are all over the place. There's 3 spotters, so I'm sure Tim will have Dave Nichols Mule. And then they'll have their third guy, who's probably the same third guy they had over at Mexico. There, I have to remember I have his name written down. I can't remember it offhand, but yeah, that'd be kind of cool this weekend. Speaking of talking to Fatback in the last week or two, for those who know who that is, hopefully have him on here on a Wednesday night in the next couple of weeks to talk about the Penske Porsche program. So kind of look out for that. Maybe not next Wednesday, but maybe the Wednesday after that. I'm working on it where he might pop in here
That'd be cool.
and we'll ask him a bunch of questions about
He's
his.
a cool guy.
We had him on the podcast early on. I think he was one of the early guests that we ever had. He was for those who don't know, he was one of Ryan's hauler drivers, and he moved over to Roger's Penske program. So yes, NASCAR Dental. Right at the beginning, we did. I had my wife do it. Sounds better from her, but definitely congratulations to Ryan G on the announcement. So can't wait for that this year. That's gonna be really cool.
Yes, but I purposely said Gianna and Ryan
Mhm.
because she's the one that's going to be doing the majority of the work.
Mhm.
So, congratulations.
Yes, Carson should walk out. To
Well, give me friends. Okay, listen. If he came out to that song out at Bristol, that would I'd have to give him props for that. That would be good.
That would be good.
Yep.
Oh man.
And if he was singing when he came out, that would just chef's kiss.
Yep. Oh man. So I wrote down this weekend's lineup. All the times are Eastern. So it's just Saturday and Sunday this week. So Xfinity practice first at 10:30 a.m. Saturday morning on the CW. 11:30 will be the Xfinity qualifying on the CW. 1 o'clock is Cup practice. They split it up like into 2:25, I think 20 or 25-minute sessions. It's on True, and I wrote down Max. So if you don't have True, like some of these cable packages are kind of funky. We have a DirecTV streaming, and True's not in the package.
No.
We found out last week.
Found out the hard way.
But we already had Max for the in-car cameras, and Max, Hulu, Disney, actually. We got the whole bundle. But Max actually has the broadcast too. So we just pulled it up with that. The same thing, 2 o'clock, the qualifying is on True and Max. And then 4:30 Saturday is the Xfinity, the Loop 110 it's called. And that's on the CW. So that's kind of cool. Connor versus, that's going to be really interesting because Connor Zilic versus SVG, and they're going to be teammates next year, allegedly. Supposedly. So ask a group question. I came up with one. Go ahead, Chelsea. What do you got?
Hit us with it.
Hit us.
Oh, while she's doing that, 2 o'clock on Sunday, the Grant Park 165.
TNT and on Max. And then True has the in-season bracket broadcast too. I'm leaning for SVG and Infinity. Yeah, I think so too.
What active driver in any series would you want as your wrestling tag team partner?
That's interesting.
Man, I'm gonna have to think about this. Any series? Any series. We're gonna have to come up with like a top couple. Like we're gonna have to.
Let me pull up like a roster.
We're gonna have to look at some names.
Because, well, first off, you know what? I might go straight to the Xfinity series, to tell you the truth.
Austin Hill.
Like Austin Hill. I think he's a big boy.
Okay, let's write him down. Austin Hill.
Austin Hill. Chelsea got her pick.
Oh, she didn't say.
She
said she has
picked. Yeah. So let me see who else.
Let me think here.
This way. Ryan's just too tiny a guy. Byron Elliott's a small guy. Larson's a tiny guy. Wow. Reddick, no offense, Reddick's a short, tiny guy too. I beat you to it. See? Austin Hill too. Kaseki, yeah. Austin Hill, that's right. He punched Mike Snyder that one time really well.
If you picked Ross, he'd probably come and like throw a watermelon at someone.
That's true. Busher is short, low to the ground though. He's built
Low.
pretty like a little fire plug. Bowman's actually a decent sized guy.
You're just going on size?
Well, I mean, how else would you pick a wrestling partner?
Who's Scrappy? Who do you think is Scrappy? Well, yeah. Like, it was Stenhouse that waited
Mm-hmm.
for Bush last year.
Yes.
You know what? Someone that's got that kind of like zeroed in on someone like that, I have to give. I'm going to give him some points for that.
Noah Grayson. That's not a bad one. Noah's got that I don't give a what kind of thing going on. So he would just probably throw himself into it.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah. I know.
I'm using the Shane is pretty.
Mm-hmm.
He's solid.
Yeah.
He's solid. You see him kick that rugby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting SVD down on our list.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, Joey is a tall guy, but he's not. I ain't seen him get his butt
I
kicked
could
a lot.
say something.
Michael McDowell actually is a decent sized guy.
I don't see him like.
Yeah.
I can see him being like, let's just work it out. Let's just talk this out, guys.
See, Dennis, NASCAR.
Wait,
Dennis
Noah
is Noah Grayson. See, there's a couple votes for
Okay,
Noah.
let me put Noah down.
Yeah. Oh, well, Chelsea had Noah up there. And Justin thought about Ross. And then,
See, if Ross has good aim with the watermelon, then neither one of you got to fight. If he just like aims it right.
I don't know about Anthony Alfredo. See, Matt Di Benedetto is another guy because he's like low to the ground, but he's like stacked. He's just, he's built. But that's the kind of guy, Stenhouse is built like that too. I don't know. I think that's a couple good ones. But I like Austin Hill. He's just a big country guy, Yeah, Hamlin like 10 years ago. That makes sense too. Yeah.
I think whoever we're talking about in their prime, right? Like we're not.
Yeah, I think so. Hamlin, that makes sense though. Hamlin
He's
was
scrappy.
Yeah, it was. It is still.
Yeah.
Some of the young guys though. I mean, I look at guys like Byron or Chase Elliott or Larson. Or, I know Ryan did. That video is going to live forever of Ryan in the mask that trying to come off the ropes and he fell. That was, Tyler Reddick is actually kind of built low to the ground and strong too, though. Chelsea, another one. Rowdy, yeah. How did we forget?
I thought about it.
He's been in his share of scraps.
He has.
And come out.
And if he's going in, he's finishing the fight. He's going in. Yeah, I'll put him in his prime. I'll put him down.
We got a whole thing going on now. We got like a cage match going on.
Mm-hmm.
We got enough to tag in and out a lot. Did we put Busher? I don't know about Busher. Busher, though, you look at him physically, he's a good-sized guy.
Yeah, but I don't know if he's.
Yeah, we've mentioned a couple guys that we know have been in fights too. That's the kind of fun part about some of this. Who was the one that just punched the guy going by last year too? Was it? It'll come to me in a second.
Justin said if he would have taken Stewart. Stewart, yeah.
Yeah, he was.
I was thinking when we started this, I thought we were thinking active drivers in their prime. I wasn't thinking. I mean, if we're going back, there's some that.
Yeah, Stenhouse did. He punched Kyle right.
That's why I put him down.
Yeah, he's got.
Stenhouse.
And Bush had the reach on him. Bush is a taller guy and longer arms.
And how long was he standing there? Like,
he's just waiting for.
The level of commitment to the anger, like that's. I give you props for that. That'd be me.
We're going back now. We got Carl Edwards. That's pretty good.
Kurt
Busch.
Yeah. Even Kevin Harvick. He would.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah,
if,
yeah.
if we were going back, I would pick Harvick. Harvick and Tony Stewart, I think, would be like my bodyguards in front of me.
Well, Harvick will stand behind you and push you into the fight.
That's why I'm putting him in front of me. Well, but that's what he said. If you want to race like that, and you want to talk to the top, walk the block. And Kevin always did.
Mm-hmm.
He never backed down from a fight.
Yeah. I like that one. That was a good one.
Mhm.
Good question.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. So, gonna get out of here for next week. Oh, Jimmy Spencer. Oh my gosh. I'm glad you
Oh,
brought
okay. If we're going all the way back.
that. Well, he's not too far back. He's still around, but Jimmy did bloody a couple of people's faces. It's pretty good back in the day. Yeah, you wouldn't want to see Jimmy coming at you on pit road. Yeah, we'll have to come up with some more stuff for next week like that. So if you guys
Send him to us this
or
week,
have them ready,
and we'll
have them ready for next week.
Yeah.
We'll do some more stuff like that. So that was cool because we got the chat going too.
That was a good question, Chelsea. Thank you.
Yes, good stuff.
Mhm.
Chelsea's pro at this. She's got other lives and stuff, but she's got things going on. We're just rookies compared to Chelsea.
Yeah, send your questions in.
Yeah, teach us your ways of doing a good TikTok live. And here it is. I gotta fix that. Ooh, whoops. Try it again. There we go. Success. All right. All
I
right,
gotta
guys.
go get the laundry.
Yeah, we're getting out of here. We'll catch you again next week. Monday night, once again, the podcast itself. And then Wednesdays, Team Blaney After Dark with Kate and Steve. And, thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for, like I said, we'll have some more good questions next week. I don't know if I'll do a live on Sunday again. I haven't done it in a while, pre-race thing, but because the start time's going to change. But please check in with TikToks. We are still piece by piece putting out some parts of the interview. Today we put one out that was like controversial, although it really wasn't because of the way he answered the question. But what's funny about it, and I put it in the comment that I put on it, is that some of these alleged news services that aren't really news services took a quote out of it and used it without crediting Adam and myself, and they do it all the time. It's a little irritating, but watch the whole interview or watch the whole TikTok. You'll see the whole answer. And if you haven't gone to YouTube, the whole interview is on YouTube still. So, and hopefully we'll be doing that again in the future, obviously. So, we'll catch you guys next Wednesday here or next Monday for the podcast with Adam. Thanks, everyone.